So here in Titus 2 and 3, we've been talking about some of the different aspects of the salvation that we have through Jesus Christ. We've certainly talked about his grace. We've talked about our past being sinful and what God has drawn us out of through his mercy and into this relationship with him through Jesus Christ. Now, last time we talked about the fact that the Holy Spirit has been poured out richly on us, and we've seen this wonderful work of the Trinity involved in our salvation. I want to read for you verse 7 of Titus 3 this time. It says, "So that being justified by his grace, we might become heirs according to the hope of eternal life." So we have this result now that Paul is talking about with Titus of the salvation and of the pouring out of the Holy Spirit. Now we see here he says we've been justified by grace. Of course, that is our salvation. We know that. And we also know, I just want to talk for a moment about the purpose of God in our salvation. Of course, everything that God does is to bring glory to himself. Now, we have a tendency as human beings to want to do that, to want to have recognition for the things that we've done. We want people to notice who we are and our abilities and all that stuff. And of course, that's selfishly motivated out of our sinful natures. But when God desires to glorify himself in all things, of course, that is perfectly warranted because he is the sovereign God of the universe. He is the all-powerful one, the creator. Everything exists for him and by him. And so ultimately, everything God does is to glorify himself. And everything we do should be to glorify God as well. But I want you to notice that salvation is, while it is to glorify him, it is not only to glorify him. Look, there's a wonderful benefit for us. Because we've been justified, because the Holy Spirit has been poured out richly on us and he has regenerated us, we have become heirs according to the hope of eternal life. This wonderful benefit that we have through the regeneration of the Holy Spirit, the salvation that we enjoy by grace through Jesus Christ, places us in the family of God, and we become an heir of Christ. We have an inheritance, and that inheritance is the hope of eternal life. Now, we know that for those of us that are Christ followers, we know that we have eternal life. That's the whole point, right? Well, we're saved so that we can be in heaven. We have eternal life. That's the whole point. Why are we even talking about this, Mike? I mean, duh, that's so obvious. But I want you to see how he describes it. We are heirs according to the hope of eternal life. Can I just encourage you today to not only think about eternal life as something that's in your back pocket for later on down the road when life on this earth is over, but that there might be a wonderful blessing to see the hope of our eternal life, to anticipate it. When we think about the things that are going on in this world, which are not enjoyable, when we think about all the struggles that we have in our own lives and the difficult things that we have to endure, our health or grief or marital strife or issues with our children or financial pressures or whatever it is, to remind ourselves that we are heirs according to the hope of eternal life. We have a wonderful future to look forward to, my friends, and I pray that God will use that to sustain you even today.